in light of what you're saying about us, you said it's like we've come over a cusp, and none of the old structures, traditions, approaches can really serve us. We're entering a new country. Do you mean then that our further evolution is only going to occur through the dissolution of structures?
No, I didn't say that.
No,
I didn't say that.
Oh,
because everything we've ever used has been useful.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like a library.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see what was useful and what was not.
Yeah.
So we will leave the structure and we take the information from within the structure.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a little bit, if I want to make a cereal coffee, I'm not using the glass.
Right.
I use the coffee from inside.
Right.
The glass doesn't really matter. So we're now finding out that whether the cereal coffee is sitting in a glass or in a bag, or actually just heaped up, and as long as I can scoop it up, it's still cereal coffee. I can still use it.
Right.
That's what matters.
Right. Right. So, and in terms of everything being completely new now, in that sense, do you how to say this? Do you think the future and what's possible for us, what's possible for humanity, is completely undetermined?
No.
Or
no, I'm not saying that.
Okay. Or because maybe I'll just play it off what some schools of thought say. You know, some schools of spiritual thought, metaphysical thought, they'll basically will have the view that the stages of evolution, if you like, are already set in matter, if you like. It's just that we haven't unfolded into them yet. So basically, wherever we're going, the framework is somehow there somewhere in the ether, but it's not a reality yet, and we're going to grow into it. You know.
Yeah.
Or, you know, one can look at the other side of just like, well, actually, in terms of where we're going and what we can actually be as human beings, it's a completely open book and clean slate, and it's literally created every moment, like you said.
Well, it's in the middle of that.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, it's if we just talk about a person's life, which is the same as the whole humanity, right? So I just take a person. Take this as a, what's it called? A fan, right? A fan has all these sticks. Strands, right. So I'm sitting here on where all the strands are connected. That's my point at the beginning. I've got all these strands as possibilities. Now I decide to take this strand. The easiest way to get where I want to get, where I really should get, is to take the middle strand and just keep on going straight. But humans don't seem to do that. So they take this strand, right? On the end of this strand, there's the next fan.
I see.
So, in the end, it will get somewhere. But it takes a long, long time, or it takes a short, short time. Yeah? And depending on how many take this strand, is on how many people in the end will be called humanity. And then all the other ones that didn't take that strand, or that strand, so they got there sort of in a very close way to there, they will go somewhere else. And they will not be called humanity anymore. So we've started off humanity with, like, let's call it a small group of people. But probably will end up with quite a tiny group. Yeah, it won't be...
That would
like,
be called humanity.
That would be called still humanity. And that will still do the evolution of humanity. And all the other ones, they will do something else.
Do you see the impact of that group, or those of us that choose to pursue that, having an impact on the whole? In other words, on the others?
Absolutely.
Because of just the fact that we're all interconnected.
But it's the other way around as well. What I would like to warn for is that very many people, if they look at the hierarchy, and there certainly is a hierarchy, we must not forget that,
Right.
that they put that group that is going to, let's call it, survive the whole thing and do the ultimate evolution of humanity, that they will say that that is better than that.
Right.
It's not. It's just
Right.
different.
Right.
Yeah? Because as much sat as there is, or as much as not sat as there is, everybody has the choice to be one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody also has the choice to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Every choice is a free choice, and every choice is as good as any other choice.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what they want to be, that's what they're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what they want to be, that's what they're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that in the process of getting there, as long as we are humans and we are in a body, it involves pain and suffering.
Right.
So, the better we choose the path that is leading humanity out of suffering into love, brotherhood, peace, there will be less suffering. That doesn't mean less pain. As long as we're in the body, the pain will be there. But we won't suffer it because we don't understand why we're doing it.
Right.
Yeah, if I break my arm, but I know I'm breaking my arm because I've just done something, I got to learn something, then the pain will still be there, but I won't suffer it. I will just go on. Or a very, very good example is a woman who gets a baby. She doesn't suffer pain from birth.
No.
She has birth pains though.
Right.
Yeah, but she knows it's not a headache.
Right.
It's a baby she's getting. She's very happy, but it's still bloody painful.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
But it's a purpose pain.
Right.
So, and if I know that my pain's got a purpose, and I live with that purpose more than with the pain, I'm not suffering it.
No. Right.
So, and I think that's very important to realize, that if we go onto these side strands, we tend to more suffer it because we don't take the full responsibility. While if I'm on the middle strand, which is not the easiest way, but it's the way of wanting to understand this, what is in me, as well as what is all around it, and being able to do it for the rest of the world, it will cause a lot of pain.
Yeah.
It might even cause more pain that all those side strands are experiencing. But in the end, I'm not suffering.
Right.
And I have learned in my life, as far as I'm myself am concerned, as well as what I've seen in all the people that I've been treating and all the people I've been working with, or simply observing in the street, that what worries people the most is not the pain,
No.
it's the suffering.
Yeah.
So we'd rather get away from suffering,
Right.
because we can't get away from pain unless we are out of the body.
Right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Well, more than answers my question.
Okay.
That was very profound.